Call this meeting to order. First order, roll call, please.
Alderman Bass, Alderman Cleaver,
Here.
Alderman Headley,
Here.
Alderman Knox,
Here.
Alderman Mills,
Here.
Alderman Stratton.
Here.
Next item of business. We have quorum. Next order of business, invocation led by Pastor Wayne Geiger from First Baptist Church, followed by Pledge of Allegiance led by Alderman Headley.
Father, we do thank you for this day. We thank you for your many blessings. We recognize that every good and perfect gift comes down from above. Lord, we're thankful for the rain. We're thankful for the cooler temperatures. We're thankful for the upcoming pumpkin pie in our future. God, we're thankful for your love, for your mercy, your grace. And we pray for your wisdom during this time. We pray in thy name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next item, approval of agenda.
No changes, Mayor.
Next item, proclamations, seeing none. Citizens' comments, if anyone would like to address the board, if they would come up to the front, state their name and address. And limit your conversation, or your comments to 2 minutes. Please make sure you speak into the mic too. We had a little bit of problem last week.
Okay, try my best. My name is Jan Drill. I live at 1035 Ephraim or Ephraim. I want to thank Jamie for very quickly getting me the information I asked for last time. She is always the person with the smile in her voice that I talk to when I call City Hall and cause trouble. I want to thank the mayor for offering the information about the crime rate in the city at the last meeting. The results that Jamie sent me indicated that for city workers, assuming that they fill the 2 positions that are not filled right now, we should have 6 more workers than we do, based on a tripling of our population. And the police officers, based on the fact that the city has tripled in population since 2000, should have 8, I say again, 8 more officers than we do now. Now, I am thrilled that our crime rate is low. And I think we should thank our police officers and the police department and its leadership for that. But I did learn that on every shift, we have only three officers patrolling the city, which means if 3 things happen at the same time, there's only 1 officer to respond to each event, which I consider very unsafe for our officers. Not to mention the fact that it just seems unusually low to me. I think we have to admit, I've been here 15 years, we have to admit that crime is marching towards us, right down Highway 70. There are only, I think, 2 on the council who suffered through the 3-year ordeal that I put you through concerning payday loans in our city. And I see that as a similar situation. I came before the council because Blue Springs, already overrun by payday loans, had passed an ordinance forbidding any more payday loans. And I came saying, they'll be here soon. Payday loans can't open any more new businesses in Blue Springs. They'll be here. And in your wisdom, although it took a long time, you ended up passing a zoning ordinance that was even stronger than what I had asked for. And I'm thrilled about that. And it's the reason we aren't overrun by payday loans in this city. What I'm asking you to consider is that same kind of foresight. It has to be easier to prevent crime than to deal with crime once it's already here. I think that it is easy to see that we are at a tipping point. We're getting big enough to where people are coming a long way to do crime in our city. I heard of a stolen car that ended up in Kansas City, Kansas. Can't be more obvious than that they're coming down the highway after us. If we wait until things get out of hand before we increase our police department, it will be way more difficult and way more expensive. With this kind of staffing, even though the chief works hard at it, with this kind of staffing, you can't do the education and prevention and just being present that is necessary to prevent crime. When I first moved here, a police car came and turned around in my cul-de-sac at least once a week, if not more often. I rarely see them now, and now I know why. There aren't enough of them to cover the city. I think there are some arguments that you may be thinking, which is police are quitting policing in large numbers. 35 just quit in Kansas City. It's my understanding that many officers would like to serve out here. I talked to an officer who told me that he applied for his job 7 times. That's how bad he wanted to be a police officer in the city of Grain Valley. The other argument would be that we don't pay well enough. And to that I will say, we need to pay our police officers more. If you say that there isn't enough money, take into account the fact that if we have increased 3 times, our tax revenue must have increased 3 times too. And money should be found to pay the officers we have now more, and more should be added. 8, we are down 8 from what the population demands. Also, it's my understanding that CARES money could be used to pay for officers. I understand it's not a revenue stream, but I believe a stream could be found. And I strongly urge you to consider hiring more officers and paying our officers. When this city has to call neighboring cities to get help with our policing, that embarrasses me as a city of Grain Valley. We can take care of our own policing if we have the will to do it. All we need is the will to pay our officers more and to hire more of them. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to speak? Seeing none, we'll move on to consent agenda.
Mayor, I move we accept the consent agenda.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Alderman Knox. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please signify by saying nay. Motion carries 5-0. Previous business, seeing none. New business, seeing none. Presentations, none. Next, open public hearing for Missouri made marijuana conditional use permit.
Mayor, members of the board, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Trozen to give an overview of this request.
So Missouri Made Marijuana is requesting a conditional use permit to amend the site plan that was previously approved in ordinances for the cultivation as well as manufacturing of medical marijuana. This conditional use permit would allow a Conex storage container to be on site. The applicant is requesting the use of a conic storage container to contain the following items: nutrients, fertilizer, packing containers, packing stickers, building maintenance materials and tools, growing media. Building 1 has been completed. However, they found that not enough designated storage space is within Building 1. Staff asked Central Jackson County Fire District to review the application and the proposed location of the storage container. Derek Llewellyn, captain of the Fire Protection Division, responded that the proposed location meets the distance requirements. He further stated that the Conex container could store up to 1,000 pounds of a Class II oxidizer. The container will not be seen from I-70 because the Building 1 will block the view, and views from Penny Drive will be screened by the fence and with the proposed black mesh fabric that will provide a privacy from the public street. The previously approved site plans call for 2 additional buildings on site. The applicant indicates that once these buildings are built, they will include enough product storage within those buildings that the temporary building, the Conex storage building, which they're asking for approval in this conditional use permit, will no longer be needed and can be removed. Staff recommends approval of the conditional use permit and recommended 5 conditions. The Planning and Zoning Commission held a public hearing on September 8th, 2021. The Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval of the 5 conditions and added a 6th condition. The conditional use permit shall expire 5 years from the date of the Board of Aldermen approval by ordinance. Are there any questions?
No questions, no comments? This is public discussion, so I'll open it up for anyone from the public that would like to address the issue.
I would say the applicant is present if there's any questions for the applicant.
Hi, my name's Sadie Shannon. I'm the Director of Agricultural Sciences in the Missouri Marijuana Cultivation Facility. As Mark said, I'm here for any questions that anyone might have. I don't have anything further to add. Mark is awesome at having all the documents and everything last meeting, so.
I don't believe we have any questions. That being said, I'll close the public hearing. Next item of business, resolution, seeing none. Next item, ordinances.
Bill B-2123 is an ordinance approving the final development plan and the final plat for Creekside Villas.
I move that we accept the second reading of bill number B 21-23 and approve it as ordinance number 2558.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Alderman Knox. Any discussion?
Mayor and members of the board, it's been a few months since the first read was passed for this, but I guess it was actually before the election that happened in June. But on May 24th, 2021, you guys approved a zoning change on 3.15 acres from C1 to R3P, multifamily residential, and approved the preliminary development plan at that time. Since then, I've worked with staff to move further along with that project, and what you have before you is the final development plan and final plat for that development.
Any other additional questions, comments? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Alderman Bass, Alderman Cleaver. Alderman Headley,
Yes.
Alderman Knox,
Yes.
Alderman Mills,
Yes.
Alderman Stratton.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next item, Bill B 21-24.
This is an ordinance amending Chapter 130.020 Court Costs of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Green Valley, Missouri to include the state court automation surcharge.
Mayor, I move we accept the second reading of Bill B 21-24, making it ordinance 2559.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please signify by saying, or roll call, I'm sorry.
Alderman Cleaver,
Yes.
Alderman Headley,
Yes.
Alderman Knox,
Yes.
Alderman Mills,
Yes.
Alderman Stratton.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next item, Bill B 21-25.
This is an ordinance approving a conditional use permit to amend site plan approved for the medical marijuana facility on approximately 6 acres.
Mayor, I move that we accept the first reading of bill number B 21-25 and bring it back for its second reading by title only at the next regular session.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Alderman Headley. Any discussion?
Mayor, members of the board, this is the ordinance that goes along with the public hearing that was just held.
Any questions, comments? Seeing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please signify by saying nay. Motion carries 5-0. Next item, city attorney's report.
Mayor, members of the board, just for our report this evening, wanted to catch you up on some personnel changes at our office. Have with me tonight Katie Gerstner. Katie is a brand new attorney and a brand new associate with our firm. She was sworn in a week ago Friday down at the Supreme Court and started with us last Monday. So you will hear and see of Katie in the future. I'm not sure if it was announced the last time, but we also have added Anthony or Tony Hernandez in our office. So we have 7 attorneys at the Lee Summit office and still the one. We're looking for another for Jeff City, just so that we can, make sure that we're able to turn around all the questions that you have and get all that information back to you as quickly as possible. So I want to let you know about those new faces around.
Thank you. Next item, city administrator and staff report.
Ms. Ozenbaugh.
I just wanted to remind everyone, the board and the public as well, that we are kicking off our listening tours for our branding efforts this week. And what that means is it just gives the chance for the public to come in, interact with their alderman by their ward or whatever meeting they are able to attend. And then also speak with Candid, who's doing the branding study for us to help just learn why people like Green Valley, what's going on in Green Valley, just learning all the little tidbits that there are, and hopefully just hearing opinions from those who live here, work here, about all the things going on in Green Valley. So we'll kick those off. Ward 1 starts tomorrow. They're all from 5:30 to 7, and we did decide to kind of get them out of the more formal setting